Hey guys, this tutorial is actually about Lab 2.2. I don't know if you have noticed, but in Sakai, Dr. Honig updated the requirements for parts 1 through 5. We've simplified it just to take these two strings, and string 1 is it was the best of times, string 2 of times it was the best, and in both cases we're going to change best to worst. And Dr. Honig says you don't have to put it into a function, but you can. In this tutorial, I'm going to be doing everything into a function because I figure you may as well just get used to it because functions are a main part of the programming. A couple things I just wanted to tell you about this chapter is just pertaining to string indexing. Obviously, this goes without saying, but strings are composed of characters. And the cool thing is there's a lot of built-in functions with the string class. Now, I do want you to read the chapter because there are more functions than what are addressed in this lab, but what we'll be doing is substring, IndexOf, and length. But please do read the chapter because there are other things, and in addition to that, you can even go online and find out more functions. Hopefully I'll touch a base on just a couple of them just so you can kind of get an idea of how to kind of play with the functions. Okay, in this tutorial I'm going to be using the string called my name is Wally, and I want to change Wally with Misha. Now, like I said, I'm going to do this as a function just because you may as well just get used to seeing functions and dealing with functions. Now I've been saying functions a lot, but I wanted you to see the difference. One, I'm creating my own function. I'm going to create a function and I'm going to define the function. Functions, there are functions that are just naturally built in, like in the case of the console. We have the built-in functions for write line, read line, and now we're going to see some built-in functions for string. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just have a call to a function. I'm going to call it replace name. And I'm going to pass it my string. And I am going to pass target and replace. Okay, now we are going to start defining our function. So first we do static. And I'm going to not return anything. So I'm going to just do it as void. But if I was returning something, most likely I'll be returning a string, so this would be string. Okay, just make sure you know the difference between returning something and a void function. Okay, and now I have to say what my name is. Replace name. And what is it expecting in? Well, it's expecting to get a string. I'll do string s, string target, string replace. And see, you don't have to call the same thing. This is string 1. It's coming in as string because that will be the variable the variable name that I'll be using within my function. So, but in this case, I did keep it the same, but you don't have to. I just want to make sure you know the difference from that. I always like to put in my ending bracket because a lot of times I forget. So if I just do it right away, I won't forget, and my program won't crash. Okay, and now I'm going to do substring first, so you can see it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to define two new strings. Here, let me just do it as I'm talking. String, I'm going to just say new string 1. And basically what I want to do is I want to take the string that is coming in, it's S, and I want to figure out where the string is going to end. I'm going to have it truncate it all the way up to here, so then I can add in my new Misha, my new word Misha, and then it's going to have to end. So I actually need to create 2 new strings for this to work with substring. Actually, there's probably other ways to do it, but this is the way I'm doing it. So substring is our function that we're using, and it's taking in 2 parameters, and it's going to start at, and when we do our indexing, we start at 0. So M for my is actually 0 place. 0, 1, 2, the space is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I want to go to 10. So the first one is going to go from 0 to 10. Okay, and now I want to create another string, which will be the ending. New string 2, taking in the same variable, actually substring. Okay, and now the parameters for this one will be starting, I wish I had counted this before this tutorial, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so it's going to end at 16. Now we don't have to put an ending parameter on this. If we just do 16, I think this is going to work out. I may have miscounted, but we'll run it and we'll see. Sometimes that's just what you have to do. So it will end right here. If this in fact is 16, I believe it starts right after that. So we're going to check it out here. And then of course we are going to do a console write, because I said I'm not returning anything. It's going to just print right from the function. And basically what I want is for it to print the first part, which is new string 1. The parameter that I'm bringing in that I want to replace is replace. So that's what I'm going to type in here. Replace new string 2. Okay, now we'll see if this is right. Sometimes there's mistakes, but hold on. Run item. This takes a while. I'm just going to pause this. Okay, so there was a slight problem, and I just wanted you guys to see it because that way you can see how to correct it. So I think I need to just count one more space. So I'm going to try go instead of substring 10, ending at 10, I think I have to take it to 11. So let's see. Okay. Yep, okay, cool. So now we've done substring. Now we're going to just do the sample for index of. Okay, so now we're going to do the index of, and I'm going to, substring, there's a difference. So substring, obviously you count the characters and you figure out how to replace, but now the index of is actually going to be, I don't know what you want to call it, like an automatic. It's going to look for what we want to replace, so we don't have to figure out where it actually occurs within the sentence. So it's going to look for the name Wally. It's going to do the calculation of, oh, okay, it starts at index 11 or whatever it was, and then it will do the replacement. So here's how to use the index of. Okay, so now we're going to be we're looking for an index, which is going to be an int, and I'm just going to call it test equals s of index of. And now I'm looking for the target, excuse me, target, which is Wally. So the index of target. And now I have to figure out, okay, actually we're going to be using length here. I think that's probably the easiest way to do it. So I'm going to just say test1. There's so many different ways of doing these things, so this is just my way. Don't feel that you need to do this. So what I want to do is calculate how long is target. So we're going to use our length function. And now I'm just going to define one more variable, and it's going to be test plus test1. And think about what that means. Why am I doing test and test 1? That is going to show where I want my sentence to start up again. So it's taking, let's just say where Wally starts is 11. Say that what I'm replacing is 5 characters, so it's going to take 11 plus the 5, 15, and then that's where I want my sentence to start up again. Okay, and like I said, we're not going to do any sort of returns. We're just going to do a void. So I want to print right to this function, right within the function, and we're going to use our friend, the substring here, s.substring, and we're going to go from 0 to test as our 2 parameters. We're going to do our replace, which will be the Misha, and then substring again, substring, and it will just be the ending part, which is the test 2. Okay, I think I need one more ending parentheses. Let's see if this works. Cool. Yay, it worked. Okay, so now you've seen the 3 types of functions that are part of this lab. You've seen substring, index of, and length. So I hope this helps you. And of course, if you have questions, just go ahead and put questions in Sakai.